Welcome back out to Doris Ranch for my full review of Louie. That is a Shave Dad collaboration, the wet shaving store, and Master Soap Creations. Fernando is the artisan behind Master Soap Creations. Andy Amaya is the vendor, and Jerry Plessy is Shave Dad and a good friend of mine. Talk about that more in just a moment. I'll show you the pour and my scooping. This will be my fourth shave with it, and this is the fourth day of me wearing it as a fragrance, the Splash. I currently have the Splash on the back of my arm right here, and that's where I've had it throughout the day today. I'm gonna set this aside. I scooped with my wet shaving store scoop. I just finished applying the ice tube to the face. I have not worked it in. I just went against the grain. I'm using a first use Gillette Platinum. I didn't bring the box. I brought one of my old Gillette blade cases, blade banks, whatever you want to call it. And I did that because I'm a schnerd and I couldn't really find a pack of blades that matched well enough for my shave of the day photos. I'm using a Fatip Slant, the Piccolo. I'll put it up here. I can't remember the name of it. Bought this a couple of years ago. It is one of my favorite slants. Decided I'd go through some slants a couple shaves ago. What was the shave I used it in? I used my Mercur 37C. Then from Cosmic Gentleman, I used my Icon slant. And now today I'm using my Fatip, not Fat Tip. It is how I understand Fatip. It's not an English word, but I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not reviewing that today. I am reviewing this beautiful fragrance. A couple of giveaways to talk about. First, let's get, let me put my hair up so that I'm a pretty boy. Luna, did I say, is down below you guys. I'm not using a mirror for this shave. As always, in the B-roll, I'll show you a 360 of where I am. Did I say I'm back at Doris Ranch in the orchard? Luna's watching something too. This makes me nervous. As long as it's not a critter, or not, not a human with a critter. Lots of wildlife around us. If you haven't seen any of the outdoor shaves from here before, my most recent one was Eastwood, but that was at the living history part of the park. This is a working filbert orchard. We do now call them hazelnuts. In 1981, we officially stopped calling them filberts when it comes to a crop. Oregon is the biggest hazelnut filbert producer in the United States. We produce 99% of North America's hazelnut crop right here in Oregon. We're not the world's largest producers. Turkey, and forgive me, one other country produces more, but when it comes to North America, we do produce the most. And if you love Nutella like I do, Nutella is basically hazelnut and cocoa. Some good stories about that, actually going back to World War II. But anyways, Luna and I are working on being quiet when we need to be quiet. I taught her how to I taught her, of course, how to S-P-E-A-K. Now the trick, just like with kids, is getting her to be quiet. Children, we spend the first few years of their life trying to teach them how to walk and talk, and then once they master those two skills, we spend the rest of our life, not always, of course, but at times, wishing that we'd never taught them. So this is an homage to Louis Armstrong. Like, if you saw my first impressions, thank you. Real quick, I want to talk about that, and then I'll come back to Louis. With all of these Shave Dad releases, there is a giveaway at the Shave Dad Facebook group. If you're not already a part of that, like I said before, what's wrong with you? Seriously, it is a drama-free group, and it's really that and the Phoenix group are the only two groups that I frequent. I don't participate a whole lot in the conversations, but those are the two groups that I enjoy using, and I can't recommend Shave Dad if you are into wet shaving, it is a great place to go and rub elbows with like-minded individuals and to learn stuff. Speaking with Jerry earlier today, Jerry Plessy, that's Shave Dad. He was given that nickname by the community. I believe it was Matthew Lawrence. He first coined it. With these releases, within a few days to a week of it dropping. So Louie dropped today, October 20th. Today is the release day. This is my HC&C Hendrix Classics & Co. Stainless bowl. I'm whipping that up with my Razor Emporium. I always want to say Finest Badger, but I believe it's the Best Badger. Either way, it's a natural Best or Finest Badger that I picked up like 2 years ago now when this color first came out at Razor Emporium. A great economical badger brush. I love it. The best? No. But for the price, fantastic. So if you're part of the Shave Dad group, here in a few days, a post will go up with the opportunity to, at the very least, win the soap. They will ship that internationally. And of course, if there's alcohol, they can't ship the splash. The Master Soap Creations is a witch hazel. So if they do, I'm not saying that they are, but if the splash is included in the giveaway, they will be able to ship the, look at that lather, it's beautiful. They will be able to ship the splash. But regardless, the same thing will happen with Commando, which is the next release. I believe that's a week from today. Commando releases. That's a collaboration with Strike Gold Shave. Frank is the artisan. I have it, but I haven't smelled it yet. I'm waiting for my first impression video that I'll probably record tomorrow. One thing at a time. Actually, I'm doing a couple reviews. If you've seen Room 237 from First Line Shave. So I just got too many things going on and haven't recorded it yet, and I just wanted to focus on the ones that the releases were coming. First Line Shaves, Room 237. It dropped today. It's a banger. I'm not going to focus on that, but just so you know, it is available. This is limited quantities, and I can't recommend it enough. In my first impression video, I called this a dry gourmand. I still stand by that. That dry gourmand reference that I used is think like with wine. As always, I have my little setup down here. It's down low. You'll see in the B-roll. I should have brought my other stool. Doesn't matter, but it's down low, so I'll have to be reaching for it. So with the dry wine, when someone says, you know, they want a dry wine, or if they speak of something being a dry wine, in order for something to be classified as a dry wine, it has to have less than 5% sugar. So it's sweet, but it's not sweet. And so by calling this a dry gourmand, what I was kind of saying is that, you know, there's a sweetness to it and that you almost want to eat it. There's probably a bad reference. My friend Enrique reached out to me, and they actually had a conversation with a couple other people too, that I confused them as well. So this is not a gourmand. I still would call it a dry gourmand, but I'm not going to call it that. We're not calling it a dry gourmand. What it is, though, is absolutely amazing. And so this is a homage, a clone, a duplicate of Joe Malone's Vetiver and Golden Vanilla. Now that word golden is like the word dry. When I said dry gourmand, a golden vanilla. I think you can also apply that golden to vetiver. And what Joe Malone, the House of Malone, means when they say golden vanilla is not the color gold, not the metal, not the element, right? But that it is the perfect middle ground. Not to one extreme or the other. It's like a Goldilocks vanilla. Not too hot, not too cold, just right. It's golden. The top note is vanilla, followed by vetiver, cardamom, tea, and grapefruit. I have a hard time picking out just the grapefruit by itself, and it's interesting and cool when they put a citrus or a typical top note at the bottom of something, and a lot of times what that's doing is helping to lift up and bring the other fragrances to life. Can't help but wonder if that's not what is going on here. But what you do notice immediately in the top is the vetiver, and like I was saying, you could call this a golden vetiver, if you will. not a dry gourmand. And by that, a lot of times with different vetiver fragrances, the vetiver might come off as strong, especially with it being a top note like that. You might think, oh man, vetiver, I'm going to get a blast. No, throughout the entire fragrance, I've worn this to work 3 days. Today's my 4th day is wearing it as a fragrance. All 3 days that I wore it to work, I was able, it lasts about 8 to 12 hours on the skin. You know, the projection dies down, but you can still, you know, put it up to you and smell it. So, you know, when a lady gets close to you, or, you know, whoever gets close to you, they would still be able to smell it, but not at a distance. And so, but even in those final stages of it, into the 10th hour, when I'm coming home from work, the wife could still smell it on the skin, as could I. And that vetiver and the vanilla is still there. And while this is a vanilla fragrance, I mean, when you think of the fragrance of vanilla, that's the kind of vanilla that I get, but it's not strong, it's not overly sweet, it's a dry vanilla. And then, you know, the cardamom comes in with the tea, and you get this nice kind of, I said like a, what kind of, it's a bad reference, but I don't know what else to say other than it's like a, kind of like a chai latte in some ways, but it's not. I don't drink chai lattes except for when my daughter Emily buys them, and then I happily drink them. They're good, don't get me wrong. I like a good chai. This is just a beautiful fragrance. It is a crowd pleaser, the kind of fragrance that is not going to offend anyone. My wife does not like vetiver when it stands out too much. Like if I wear Vetiver Planet or something that's really vetiver forward, she's not going to be a happy camper at all. This vetiver, she likes it. Her and Emily both love this fragrance. I love this fragrance. I can't recommend it enough. I would love to buy the real thing, but just a small bottle of it, and it only comes in a cologne that I could find, which a cologne being a lower concentration of fragrance oils than a EDT or EDP, is like 160 bucks. Everything that Fernando has ever tried to duplicate, I think this is my 8th set of Master Soap Creations, maybe a soap, maybe 9 or 10, I don't know, it doesn't matter, Tobin. He nails them. One of my favorites is Only the Brave, and I have Diesel's Brave. Spot on. When I try really hard, I can pick out differences, but to someone who didn't know, they wouldn't be able to. The wife and daughter can't, and they love both Diesel's version and Fernando's. Also, good news, I reached out to Andy and asked him if we could do a giveaway with this video, and he's always telling me, if you ever want to do a giveaway, just reach out to me. Him and a few other artisans always say that. I never take them up on it. I need to start taking them up on it more, because even after I asked him this morning, he said ask anytime, like blah blah blah, right? And he emphasized it. So I'm going to ask again tomorrow night. No, I won't. I originally asked for a gift card. Didn't want to ask for Louie, but he actually suggested Louie soap. And so in the comments, either just write Louie, or somewhere in your comment in a phrase, whatever you write, mention the word Louie. If you put the word Louie any way whatsoever in the comments below, I'll consider that as an entry into the giveaway. United States, shipping 100% free. Andy will cover it. International, this is open to international as well. Beautiful lather. Andy will cover the first $8 of the shipping. So if it's, you know, $15, Andy will pay the 8, and he'll ask you to pay the other 7. So this is open to everyone, anywhere and everywhere. Free shipping to the United States. Andy will cover $8 of the shipping beyond that. Thank you, Andy. Guys, I love this fragrance. Something I want to talk about. So I was talking also in my first impressions. If you saw that, thank you. If you're still watching, thank you. I love you a long time. This is damn good stuff, Maynard. I listen to all kinds of music, and I've gone through different phases in my life where I listen to different types of music, but I've always listened to an assortment. I've never been just like a country guy. I've never been just like, a rap or heavy metal guy. I've always listened to a large variety of music. It just depends on the day, or like from, one playlist to the next. I have, it'll go from one genre to the next. And I listen to a lot of old school music, including Louie, like I was saying during that first impressions. Look at that lather. I'm telling you guys, if you've never experienced Master Soap Creations base, you got to. And you can, there's 2 different opportunities for you to win Louie now. So in the Shave Dad group, that's coming up. And then here, and I'll announce the winner of my Louie giveaway when I do my first impressions of Commando. No, that's gonna be too soon. When I do, I'll announce the winner of it in my first impressions of Commando. Expect Commando a couple of days after I upload this. So probably like Monday, I'll have the Commando video up. One of my favorite songs from Louis Armstrong is La Vie en Rose. And what that translates to in English is Life in Pink. I was talking about in my first impressions how Louis coined Little Big Things way before I did, right? The song La Vie en Rose, what it is about is, this is Tobin like doing a paraphrase and me breaking it down, what the song means to me, what I think Louis was singing about and what he was saying in the song is, it's about, I wrote notes down, I'm looking down to make sure that I convey this correctly. Living with an outlook of positivity, or like a positive attitude. There's that saying that you look at life through, rose colored glasses, right? Or something like that. But it's seeing the beauty and the positive in the everyday things in life. Having that positive outlook, much like we do when we first fall in love. And that's one of the things that Louis is talking about in the song, is being in love with this woman. So in the pink, La Vie en Rose. Just want to bring that up real quick. I love Louis. There's like 8 or 9 songs from him that I listen to quite a bit in a couple different playlists. I can't tell you how cool it is to be a part of this because of my love of classical music. And a lot of people, they wouldn't expect that a guy like me listens to that kind of music, but I do. Even, Hall & Oates and Simon and Garfunkel, Sound of Silence. Like, I don't listen to that every day. It's a damn good song, guys. That's a deep song. Super deep. What made me think of it is Disturbed did a great version of that song. I was actually listening to that last night. Got my towel up from up here. Don't forget to join Shave Dad if you're not already a part of it. And so just like with Louis, after Commando drops, there will be a giveaway for that. Thank you, Jerry, for everything that you do for this community. I appreciate your friendship and the conversations that we have. Same thing, Andy. I haven't had a chance to get to know Fernando. He's down in South Africa. For those who don't know, Master Soap Creations, Fernando is in South Africa. I think it's fair to say Master Soap Creations is the only soap in my den from South Africa. And if the rest of the soap is anything like his, South Africans have got it good like we do here. Because there's a lot of great, of course, American artisans. This fragrance, the vanilla and the vetiver, are very mild. This is not a strong fragrance. If I had to, you know, say 5 is like average strength, average projection, I put this in the 4 to 5 category, probably closer to a 4. It's not a strong fragrance. It is a absolutely beautiful fragrance. And guys, I can't see very many women not liking this. I just can't. If you ever have the opportunity to try Jo Malone Golden Vetiver and Golden Vanilla, jump on it. I wish I had the money to buy it. I would. I've been looking this week. The discount websites, they don't have it in stock. Otherwise I might have. I just don't want to pay retail for it. Not when I have this. Like, I can't tell you how good this really is. The vetiver and the vanilla are there throughout the entire fragrance, and that cardamom, it comes in and it adds this nice warm spiciness to it that a lot of chicks will really dig. And then there's a very pleasant tea fragrance going on at the same time. The tea in no way is prominent at all. Not that that's a bad thing or a good thing. I'm just saying I don't pick out a strong tea presence. What I pick out throughout, ooh, I'm getting some good feedback off of this alum stick. What I get though from this fragrance is just this beautiful vetiver and vanilla throughout all 4 stages: the top, the mid, the base, and the dry down. And the vanilla and the vetiver are, even though they're the top, right? They're at the top of the fragrance, but they stay and they last, and they are the star of this show throughout the entire thing. The grapefruit never really shines to my nose. It doesn't. I believe it's just acting as a catalyst. It's like, you know, lifting everything up and somehow mingling with the other fragrances. It's definitely not a citrus fragrance by any means. I wouldn't call it a tea fragrance either. Just like Jo Malone's title, I would call this a vetiver and vanilla, and I would call both of them golden. I mean, it's just the perfect strength of vetiver, the perfect strength of vanilla. Definitely a unisex fragrance, without a doubt, a unisex fragrance. Again, Louie in the comments. Either way, you could, Tobin, I can't wait I bought Louie and I can't wait for it to get here. I'm going to consider that an entry. If you just use the word Louie in the comments, any way whatsoever, I'm going to consider that an entry into the giveaway. So you could always piff it if you end up winning it after you buy it, right? I don't like to put giveaway in the thumbnail or in the description. I don't like to promote giveaway videos. I like it to be more of an Easter egg for those who are already watching. So just know, if you watch my channel, you already know that. But if this is your first time checking it out, that's how I do things. One of the ways I do it that way is this way the regular viewers aren't competing with people who are just showing up for free stuff. And I've seen that play out time and time again with different things that people will promote, whether it's a live on Instagram or elsewhere, you know, that they're giving something away, or they put it in on the thumbnail, you know, big letters on the thumbnail, giveaway, and they, you know, put it in the tag, and they put it in the title, and they put it in the description, and then all these people show up for free stuff. When I first started doing videos, I forget which one it was, but I don't remember. I think I just put giveaway in the tag, and there's a lot of people that they just put in the search bar. I learned this the hard way. A lot of people that just put it in the search bar, giveaway, and then they just hunt for giveaways, whether it's Instagram or YouTube. And I had this one guy, I forget what I was giving away. I wish I could remember. It was a gift card, probably the wet shaving store. I don't remember. Part of me says that it was a gift card. And this guy in the comments asks, you know, if he, and someone who had never watched before, and I don't know if you guys ever noticed with YouTube, you can click on a person's name when they comment, and you can see how many times they've commented, and whether or not they're a public subscriber and stuff. This guy had never commented before, He's never commented since. And he asked that if he won, if he could get a Visa gift card instead. And so I just don't like to draw attention to the giveaway. And one of the reasons why is because then the people, thank you, who routinely watch have more, it's more like an Easter egg, like, oh, damn, I'm sitting here watching Tobin do this thing. And guess what? It's a giveaway video. Yeah, I'll enter. So that way you guys aren't competing with people like that are just out there giveaway shopping. More power to them, you know, if that's your thing. Sorry, I don't mean to offend you. You know, if you're a giveaway shopper or whatever the title is, I just don't like to draw attention to it. Bam. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Fernando, for what you do. And man, this label, the fragrance, 6 ounces for what, $19.99? Dude, guys, that's a steal. It is a freaking steal. You can see it's like dark on top, and then it gets a little lighter as you go in. I expect that lighter stuff to maybe get darker as it gets exposed to more air. Beautiful fragrance, a great homage to a great guy. Look at those colors. This label just pops. This will always have a place in my den. I will always wear it. The wife and daughter love it. I can't recommend it enough. And just killer performance all the way around from Master Soap Creations as always. Post shave, everything. Fernando, buddy, Jerry, Andy, Fernando, thank you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget the giveaway below. I'll announce the winner in just a couple of days in my first impressions of Commando, another Shave Dad collaboration with Strike Gold Shave. It's little big things. It really is. Life in pink, baby. Pink is my favorite color, and I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to go there. Nope, not going to go there. Take care. I'll see you guys next time. Welcome to the B-roll. Luna and I have been hiking around. There's not as much fall color as I thought there might be. I knew that filberts, hazelnuts, right? I knew that filberts was the opposite of bloom. Changed later in the season than some species do. That's one of the beauties of Oregon, is that, you know, we have so many different species of tree that it's hard to know sometimes when a particular area is going to, you know, go through the change. This is, if I didn't already say it, this isn't the orchard that I normally shave from. Right over here there's a clearing. You didn't bring me back your stick, kid. And this is a really big one. Here we go. Here's a little chunk. There's some moss for you, Lee. See how far this thing flies. It's going to end up falling apart on me. But I assume this clearing is here because of that, what's it called, blight that has been going through hazelnuts globally. And so, like I've showed you guys in previous videos, there's areas where they've removed parts of orchards, and then areas where they've removed the entire orchard. So you guys have been facing that way. Get over here a little closer. You didn't bring the stick back again. We have sticks all over the place that we have been throwing. It's kind of hard to throw them in here because you got to throw them, you know, just right so that they don't get knocked down by the trees. Anywho, so I haven't done my shave yet. I record this before the shave. I'll be using this for like my table right here. A little foldable chair that my son Lucas, our son Lucas, got us. You guys have been hanging from the tripod. Used the bungee cord to get it down to where I want it. It's going to end up, you know, being a little lower with the weight of the tree. My towel. My dog. It's the little big things. La Vie en Rose. I hope I talked about that. My plan is to talk about that song from Louie, one of my favorites. Louie is an amazing fragrance, you guys. I can't say enough good things about it. I seriously want to buy Joe Malone's now. I'm hooked on this fragrance. I could wear it all day, every day. Be quiet. I'm trying to teach her to be quiet. Hopefully, during the shave today, she was quieter. I think that last shave with Cosmic Gentleman hopefully was an anomaly. She's looking at something. I hate it when she does that. She gives me the heebie-jeebies. Makes me think that somebody's coming. Not like monster or bad guy, right? But just that I need to get her on her leash. And her leash is, of course, right there. breaking the law, breaking the law. Yeah, guys, have a great week. Don't be, or weekend. It's Friday. Don't be breaking the law, right, Luna? Be a good girl. There's a little big things. I appreciate y'all. Thanks again to Jerry, the shave dad himself, Andy and Maya at the wet shaving store, and Fernando. My hat's off to you, my friend. I've already told you personally, but I think you killed it. All around, you guys. The label, all of it. We love it. Shh. Chill the juicers. Take care, guys. Thanks again. Hi. Bring it. Get it. Get the stick. Good girl. Bring it to Dad. I love you. You're a good girl. I'm going to do my shave video now. While this is a park, she's trying to find the little filbert hazelnut that I threw for her. While this is a park, completely open to the public, it is still a fully operational hazelnut. Remember, we call them filbert, right? Always afraid of confusing people, because I often do. I confuse myself, but I wanted to show you guys. So you can see they've been going through and cleaning up, getting ready for all these leaves to fall, so they're, you know, starting their cleanup process. Look at all these hazelnuts. This thing's cool. The different orchard floor that you can experience throughout the year. I always love the sound of it, especially when you have multiple people quietly walking through some of these bigger orchards, and when the leaves are crisp. They're a little damp right now because of some moisture that's in the air. It hasn't rained in a couple of days, but it's Oregon and everything gets moist. I thought that was neat. Love this place. Say love you long time. Love you long time.